Hey y'all, it's your boy Young Robbie Hollywood, aka Mr. Robbie the Motivator, and this is episode 5 of my YouTube segment entitled Thoughts of a Decent Man. And today's subject is the science of achievement. What do I call it a science? Well, it's because I truly and utterly believe that there is a system in place that can and will allow you, if adopted fundamentally and followed not only consciously but also consistently, if followed, can see your wildest dreams become a reality. Not only just a question of your dreams, but anything that you want to see accomplished in this world. If you do adopt this system, you will undoubtedly see it become a reality. So the reason why I decided to elaborate on the subject is because, yet again, it's something that I have been dealing with on a regular basis through my counseling sessions and my speaking engagements, as well as through email questioning that I get from a lot of the fans. And I really want to thank you out there for really promoting these videos. And I really appreciate the fact that I've been getting a lot of positive emails of people letting me know how much these videos have helped them or other loved ones who were in need of a little boost. So the science of achievement itself per se is not something complicated. I have spent quite a considerable amount of my adult life really studying and going into details as to what really makes a difference in people's lives. Why is it that some people are successful and some people aren't? Why is it that it seems almost to come naturally to some people to accomplish what they set their minds to, and to other people it seems to be a constant struggle? And I have found out a few things, and I hope to share them with you guys today. I believe that there are 3 things that you can do to see any dream of yours, any accomplishment that you want to see become a reality, anything that you really have set your mind to. There are 3 things that you can do that will guarantee that those things will become a reality in your life. Step number 1, I always advise the people that I talk to always have a clear and concise vision of what you're after. What do I mean by that? To a lot of people, yes, all of us have kind of an idea of what we want. We sort of know, but not really. The reason why it's really important to have a clear and concise vision of what you want is because the more in details you go about your vision, the more you feel motivated to take action. So, for example, if you one of the subjects that comes up the most in my counseling sessions and the people that I speak to and during my speaking engagements is people wanting to quit smoking. Right? I want to quit smoking. I've been trying for 10 years or so, but nothing seems to work. I've tried everything. I've tried pills. I've tried gum. I've tried all that is available on the surface of this earth to try and quit smoking, but nothing seems to happen. The problem there becomes because you don't have a clear and concise vision of what it means to quit smoking. Yes, you want to quit smoking because you know it's unhealthy, but is that reason enough to really push you over the edge to get you to do whatever is necessary to see yourself quitting smoking? So what I tend to do to help these individuals is really develop that vision, really develop that idea of what would it be like if you really quit smoking. Not just wanting to quit smoking because you want to be healthy, you want to save money, but what would it really be like? Like instead of saying, I want to quit smoking because I want to become healthier, have a more personal reason as to why you want to quit smoking. For example, people who I've seen have succeeded quitting smoking are people who went a little beyond that simple reason. People who are like, you know what, I want to quit smoking because I want more energy. I want more energy to be able to play around with my kids, to be able to work longer hours, to be able to go for a run without feeling like I'm out of breath. I want to quit smoking because I want to start putting down money towards a retirement savings plan that will later help me in my golden years to live comfortably. I want to quit smoking because I want to be as healthy as I possibly can so I can get to be in my children's life, my grandchildren's life, being able to have that energy and that health and not being a burden on your family when you've been smoking for 25 years and suddenly the doctor just told you that you have lung cancer, right? So it's really important to have that clear and concise and very, very detailed vision as to what you want. Right? You want to be able to build a business, right? Most people, you ask them, hey, what do you want to build a business? Well, I want to be rich. What does that mean? What does that really mean? If tomorrow we started trading in toilet paper, your $100 bills would be worth anything. Why do you really want to build a business? As opposed to people who are like, you know what, I want to build a business because I want to leave a legacy for my children. I want that financial freedom that's going to allow me to provide for my family and give them everything that I feel like they deserve. And I want to build a business because I want my legacy to mean something. I want something that will be here far long after I'm gone. So by having as many details and being as concise as you possibly can as to what that vision really is will motivate you a lot more to take action as opposed to kind of having an idea of what you want to do. Step number 2, obviously it's not just enough to have a vision. You also need a plan on how to get there, right? Because a lot of people out there are running east chasing a sunset. What do I mean by that? Everybody wants to build that something. They want to see that dream come true, but they have no idea on how to get there. My biggest advice that I give to people that come through my counseling sessions is find yourself a role model. Someone who is where you want to be, and then just emulate everything that they've done, because there is a lot of benefits to finding a proper role model that you're going to be able to emulate and really duplicate what they've done to get to the level of success that you do desire, that you have seen them attain. The biggest reason is you get to avoid a lot of the mistakes that they have made when they were beginning. If you're looking to go ahead and open an ice cream shop and you have no idea of where to start or where to go, having a role model will allow you to be able to know, okay, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, and it also gives you a better idea of what the execution process is supposed to be like. Because you get to avoid a lot of the mistakes that those people have made. So it's very important that whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it be personal, whether it be financial, whether it be on a family standpoint, that you find yourself a role model that's pretty much going to be the guide, the blueprint onto that destination of which you're looking to get. Now, the biggest question that comes up most of the time when I go through my sessions is, okay, Rob, so I have a vision, I have a plan on how to get there, but nothing seems to be working out. I'm still in the same place that I was 5-10 years ago, right? And the main reason that I have found causes people not to make any progress towards their goals or their dreams or things that they're trying to achieve is a lot of us walk around with a lot of unresolved internal conflicts. What do I mean by that? I'll better off give you an example, right? 90% of you guys watching this video is because you have something that you're after and you're looking for that motivation to get you there, right? You want to build a billion-dollar industry on one hand, right? But on the other, you want to sleep in until 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a conflict, right? You can't have both, right? You want to build a perfect relationship with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your whoever your significant other may be, but you want to be right all the time, right? That's a conflict. It can't happen. It can't work, right? You want to be able to quit smoking and be smoke-free and not feel like you have that demon that is latched onto your back, but you hang 90% of all your friends are chain smokers. That's a conflict. You can't have both, right? So the only way to make sure that that vision and that dream or that goal does become a reality is to really ask yourself, what's important for me right now? What really matters to me right now? Is it hanging out with my chain smoking friends, or is it quitting smoking? What's important for me right now? Is it building the billion-dollar industry that I want to leave behind for my children and for my name to last forever in history? Or is it sleeping in until 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So once you ask yourself that question, then you're honest with your answers too, because that's the biggest thing, is most of us tend to lie to ourselves and tell ourselves things that we think other people want us to hear us say, or things that we feel like we want to hear ourselves say, but 90% of the time it's not really the truth, right? So the important thing is really face your truth. What's really important to you right now? Is it maybe going out on the weekends and hanging out with your friends? Because if that's what's important to you, understand that you cannot be able to hang out with your friends on the weekend and have a lot of fun, but still be able to dedicate time to do research on that business that you want to start, right? So sacrifices must be made. So once you have actually really asked yourself those questions and you have answered them in a truthful and thorough manner, then what happens is your life immediately becomes aligned. Then you no longer have to push towards your goals, but your goals pull you towards them because you are in a mental place that allows you to go after them and be successful in whatever your endeavor is, because mentally you are in a place that allows you to make the sacrifices necessary, right? Now, once all that is figured out, now the second portion of what you need to do, so once you have that vision of what you want to accomplish, and you have that plan on how to get there, and you have resolved your internal conflicts and you're ready, now it becomes a question of belief, right? Having a sense of belief on what you can accomplish. Because I really do truly believe what makes a difference in people's lives is not a question of background or race or level of education or financial means. It's that internal belief in what you feel like you're capable of, right? And I have made this little chart that very simply explains it and goes into a bit of details, but also really opens up this new eye that allows you to really see the achievement of goals and dreams and all this stuff is not really something that is esoteric or that is reserved to some but not others. There is really no question of, oh, this person is lucky, this person isn't. It's really a question of, do I believe that I can do this? And let me explain to you exactly how your belief system really is a huge influence in the science of achievement and in the pursuit of your goals and happiness and whatever it is that you're after, right? So in order to accomplish anything, the number one thing that you must begin with is potential, right? So I'm going to write that word down here. So potential is that inner feeling or that something that you feel like you have. Like it's for example, you've been told several times that you are a fantastic basketball player, right? I'll take the example of sport, right? You've been told over and over, oh my God, you're such a great basketball player. You should really do this. You should do this. You should try out for this team. You should try to get into a league or anything of the sort. So you've been told several times and you've seen through your own action that you do have that potential to become a professional basketball player. Now, the more you believe in that potential, what that's going to do is going to influence the amount of action that you take, right? So if you're told over and over and over that you're a fantastic basketball player, that you do have that potential to go ahead and actually make it into a league, then you will take a lot more action because you know that it's something that is a possibility. The more you believe in that potential, the more action you're going to take. Now, the more action you take, those actions are going to dictate the results that you get, right? And everybody knows the more action you take, the better your results are, right? So you believe in your potential. You've been told several times that you're a fantastic basketball player. You decide to take action, right? You take action by trying out for that league or trying out for your school team or whatever it is. You do decide to take action to be able to see some fruits out of that potential. Now, the more action you take, the more results you're going to get, right? And the better the results you're going to take according to the amount of actions that you do put in, right? Now, what those results do is those results will influence your belief system, right? Those actions will influence your belief, because if you go out there and you know you have that potential, you try out for the team and you actually make the team, there is a switch that happens in your mind. Because now you allow more conscious of what you're capable of, right? Your belief system is completely different. Now the conversation in your mind is different. Hey, listen, if I can make this league or I can make my school team, then I can definitely make the provincial league. Oh, wait, let me take action. Okay, I just made the provincial league. Wait a minute. If I can make my school team and make the provincial league, I can definitely make the national team. So the more of that belief system increases, the more of that potential that you tap into. Because the more you believe in what you're capable of, the more those talents will come to the surface. The more you will work harder to hone them and develop what was simple talent into a skill. Because there is a strong difference between talent and skill. Because you can be talented, but if you don't take the action and do whatever it takes to make sure that that talent is exploited, you can be skilled. Because skill is only a mix of talent and hard work. Hard work, also known as action, taking as much action as you possibly can, whether it be training, whether it be lifting weights, whether it be trying out for teams, whatever it is. The more you believe in that potential, the more of it you tap into, right? But this can also backfire the other way around, right? So let's say you want to start at this new job, right? Let's say like, I'm going to use an example that I see all the time that I deal with on an everyday basis on my own job, right? Now, besides my, my speaking engagement, I'm a sales director for an energy company, right? So sales is something that a lot of people feel like, you know what, either it's for me or it's not for me. Right? Like, oh, I'm not, and people always try to give themselves reason as to why they can't do it, or I'm not well spoken enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't know the product well enough, and all these type of things, right? So by really denying yourself your potential, what's going to happen is you're going to take less action, right? Now, the less action that you take, obviously the worse the results are going to be. Because you're taking very little action, therefore you're getting mediocre results. What these mediocre results are going to do is they're going to influence your belief system. Because the next time you go ahead and try to start a new endeavor or try your hand at something new, your mind is going to be like, wait a minute, buddy. We tried something last week and we failed miserably. You don't deserve this, okay? Just sit down. Don't worry about it. Be average. Be normal. Okay, this is just not for you, right? Now, the worse your belief system gets, the less you tap into that potential, because your mind keeps telling you that you can't do it, right? So it's very, very, very important to be conscious of that and what you're saying to yourself and what it is that you're doing and the amount of action and pushing that you're taking, because even if you fail at this and you let go, your mind will be, or your brain and your thought process will be immediately engineered to always look for the easy way out, to always try to give in and not really pursue and be willing to fail and be willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that you get where you want to get. So to very quickly resume what I just went over, it takes 3 things to accomplish anything that you want. A clear, concise vision of what you want, a plan on how to get there, and it takes resolving your own internal conflicts. And once that's done, be conscious of the fact that every single action that you take is a reflection on your potential. Even if your action that you take does not yield the fruits that you're looking for right away, but it will influence your mind and it will teach you to keep going, which is the key to anything, is just not giving up. I really appreciate you taking your time to go ahead and watch this video. I really hope it did help you. If you're looking to book me for a speaking engagement or anything of the sort, my email is right in the description of the YouTube video. Other than that, please comment, share, subscribe, and if you know anybody that this can help, absolutely feel free to go ahead and send it off to them, and I'll see you next week.